Just in time for the screen to come back on.
As a heads up, people, if you work in customer service, go the extra mile.
Well, it's always appreciated, the extra mile.
Yes.
But if people start demanding the extra mile, like, I don't know.
I mean, if they ask you to try and go the extra mile, remain
Well, there's a
professional
difference
about
between
it.
asking and demanding.
Yeah. But try
Okay,
and...
so back up.
Yep,
I think he is.
back up.
Okay.
We're up and live.
But yeah, no, for some odd reason, it's... reversed Karen. Where the manager is a Karen, and they're just telling you, no, we don't trust you. Ugh.
I mean, there's plenty of customers I don't trust. So.
You don't trust me, so...
Customer is not always correct. Okay, hopefully today I can get this factory going. It's been a minute. It's been a good minute. It's just been a minute. Let's build something crazy and see how it works.
Are we gonna build a half-pipe, then?
No, not quite that crazy.
I want to do sick kick flips in my fix-it card. And the Nikkei Ava collab is starting next week.
Oh yeah, I saw you posted that.
The reason why I'm a little about it is because of the fact that
We haven't recovered from the last collab.
what's annoying about it is that they're not reissuing the same character. It's a new Oscar and a new Ray.
Oh really? Like
So
same character, different character though.
same character, probably a different build slash like same character, but an alt or
I
variation.
mean, the closest, unfortunately, I think in the Hoyoverse is actually from Honkai Star Rail with Big Herta.
Big Herta, Don Hung, the MC with, admittedly, the MC in
Yeah,
Honkai
but
Star Rail.
the thing is that I don't think that ever shows up in Genshin Impact. I think it might rarely happen in Honkai Third Impact.
Third Impact, I believe so, yes.
Okay, the best way to think of it is, okay, think of the difference between base form Goku, Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan God Goku, Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku.
Okay.
Am I
Yeah,
making
the-
sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes,
They're
that's
all the same character, but they're different forms. Or they're wearing different hair colors.
yeah. It's basically that to describe it in easily. Is that same character, but it's just they're their own unit and they operate differently than each other. So. what the fuck are you building?
Something that will ingest the rocket fuel I'm creating.
It looked like a 10-sided, like tower.
Whatever it is pretty crazy. I hope it works.
Okay. Okay, now I see what's going on. That is...
I just hope I know how to make it work. Seriously. What is out here that keeps making noise?
What is the noise?
There's like a creature running around, and I don't see it. But every time I'm in the building, I hear it loud and clear.
Maybe it's directly underneath the building?
Hope not. I was pretty sure not to have done that. I did do that.
Me. Or somehow you trapped it inside the building and thus made it the machine spirit.
Oh. You were half correct.
Okay.
The poor creature was underneath the building.
Okay, I thought that's what I said initially.
Oh, I thought you said inside.
No, that was the second one, where it's like you trapped it inside accidentally, and thus it would become the machine spirit. But the first one was like, maybe it's underneath the building.
Yeah, you're right then. You were right.
Because generally you can't put a blueprint down if something's in the way, including animals. But... well, there's always a but. That's good.
Oh, I guess I didn't establish a pull route. That's fine. So I need to find. How much?
Oh, blah.
Okay, 360 worth of coal. Got it. Where is a good place to source coal? There's a place nearby. I guess I don't have to go too far, so we'll do that. I'm trying to decide whether I want to stream tonight.
You mean more?
Yeah.
Are you all caught up on Zenless Zone Zero stuff, or?
For the most part, but today a banner came out. So I'm debating, do I want to do the banner stuff tonight? Or just wait until Sunday to do it? I have 3 days of stream, so maybe I shouldn't stream it all at once.
Oh.
But mostly it's me fighting against my desire to stream. Because I want to stream, is whether should I stream. And instead enjoy my evening for once. Because I have time. I don't need to stream. I have 8 hours of streaming to do for Zenless Zone Zero every week. I can afford to not stream tonight. Maybe I should because it's a banner day. My views will be up. I don't know. You see? I don't know. I go back and forth. Don't know what to do. To stream or not to stream? That is the question. Yeah, I got the new character banner that came out today. I'm not pulling for the character, but I'm pulling for the rerun banner.
Ah, okay.
And even then, I'm not pulling for the character. I'm pulling for their weapon.
The W engine?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
You don't need to pull multiple copies of the W engine, right?
No, this is the first. This will be the first copy of the engine.
No. What I mean is that unlike characters, multiple copies of the W engine doesn't mean anything.
Oh no, it does. It
okay.
does. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured it would be. Because from the way that you describe, from what I've seen as an outside perspective, the W engines are basically the light cones from Honkai Star Rail.
Yeah, I think that's how I heard people describe that. Yes.
Where it's like, oh hey, technically, like, you can use, it's like some characters actually work better if you don't use their their W engine, but a good chunk of them tend to be like
That is absolutely not the case. Every character so far is good with their engine.
That may be one thing that Honkai Star Rail does a bit differently, is the factor that some characters actually work better with they're not light cone.
Okay. Yeah, no, that is so far not the case. I mean, so far I say, because who knows, there might be an engine that comes out later that turns out to be better than the character engine.
Yeah.
But,
Well, it's just one of those things of like, most of the time it's like,
Well, how character specific is the change text? Like,
they most of the time, 90% of the time I would say, have something that will specifically buff an attribute of the character. Or like a,
well, I mean, when I say specific, I mean literally no other character can do that action.
sometimes. There's one or two times where that's the case, but not all the time.
Okay. Well, it's usually something relatively large, like, oh, this particular attack or this particular effect or this thing like that. It's not necessarily.
I think there's only one or two engines that are that specific. Most of them can still be interchanged, but the engines always boost something specific to the character, just not necessarily unique to the character. I guess that's the words I should use.
I don't know. I mean, two of the gachas that I'm playing does have an incredible amount of specifics. Like, it is completely useless in somebody else's hands, essentially. If it's not the specific character, or if, well, another character could use it, they don't get the extra bonus thing that's on, like, the second half of the text, if it's not equipped on that specific character.
Right. No, I mean, there's like attribute specifics, like this will only work for, this might only be good for electric characters. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously,
what I mean by specific, I mean literally this character and this character only.
Okay. Yeah, there's something like that. But except for like one or two examples where like a specific move is referenced, like a move set of the character.
Yeah. I can at least state in mine, some of the character builds, it's like, oh yeah, you can, like, I think there's actually a couple of characters that are like, yeah, their light cone, aka W engine, just to give you a point of reference, is like, even their light cone is garbage for them. Whereas, like, the best, technically, the closest best in slot is, the characters in Honkai Star Rail, yes, they have elements, but ours are based off of, quotations, their paths, aka what type of character are they? Are they erudition? Are they harmony? Are they the hunt? Are they destruction? And so, one of the common ones is erudition, which most of the characters, their abilities tend to be AoE damage or damage over time type abilities. And there's a light cone that you can get by just doing one of the weeklies that is generally, everybody goes, yeah, that's always the best one to stick in that slot, which is Fall of an Aeon, which basically says it increases damage done by dots, as well as increase the ability for dots to happen. So, while yes, the light cones may work better for certain characters, it's like, sometimes it's like, there's a light cone that a lot of people go, yeah, but we like this better.
Right. Yeah, I think ZZ is still too young to that happen yet.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, for you, it's probably going to be a year or two before you're like, wait, why are people using this, not the character's light cone? Oh, because it actually works better for that character.
Right. And then, right now, for better or for worse, the W engines aren't in the meta discussion at all. Like, I mean, they're always helpful to have, but
yeah, they
rarely get brought up. I mean, past the first copy, no one talks about stacked copies as far as like how meaningful they are.
Admittedly, from my understanding, generally, Lycones are like you get get a copy and it's okay. But generally, if you get multiple copies, it's just like okay, it just increases what it can do at base. But whenever you're doing the trial or character preview, they usually have the character equipped with their Lycone at level 1 as a level 1. As an E1 character or E0 character.
I don't even know if that's true for us. I don't think the trial characters get delay.
The W engine?
Yeah, I don't think we get that.
Can you not check how they're equipped when you try the trial?
Nope.
Interesting.
But we know because their hair's not long.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's an actual thing with if you're equipped with your specific character-specific W engine, that parts of you glow.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's rather hard to actually. Well, some of them aren't that obvious,
Right.
but it's for the others it's pretty obvious. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that's just the thing in HSR. Admittedly, we are kind of like, we may have a bit more equipment slot. Actually, no, we actually have less equipment slots than you, because you have the sub-engines, don't you?
No.
So there's only one piece of equipment you attach to the character.
Yeah.
You don't have anything like armor pieces or...
Well, we have skill chips.
That would be a subunit.
Okay.
That would
so
be
yeah.
like my armor pieces.
Yeah, for us that just increases the skill level of different skills that the character has.
So like if you equip 2 skill chips of like, let's say type A, they boost, let's say, the direct damage of a character, and that's best on...
Not necessarily. The chips are used to upgrade, permanent upgrades. So you don't unequip them. They are eaten by the character.
Okay.
And then that's it. There's upgradable skills, upgradable passives, and character and their weapon, and that's it.
It's like that. Given the way that Hoyo works, I feel like there's something that may not be translating correctly, but I'm pretty sure I thought they had subunits for the W engines that go around the main one.
No, just upgrading the engine themselves, leveling up the engine, which I'm sure you have. Concept.
Yeah, well, we can level up our Lycones. We can also, if you have multiple copies of it, this is generally meant for the lower level ones or ones that you can get copies through various things.
oh well.
No, there are a couple of Lycones that were just
That you can't actually upgrade with multiple copies.
No, that you can upgrade, but they're the way that you get the upgrade materials is done through just something in game.
Yeah, that's correct.
Wait, what about Bang Boos? What are...
Well, I guess that's another thing. Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah, but I don't know how Bang Boos would classify an equipment scaling.
Yeah.
They're just another. It's like another character.
Well, I would say it's more like, okay, the closest I can think of is possibly like FGO's, I'm trying to think of the proper term. The character equipment the master wears. Which is sort of, thankfully is never actually, well, some of it is gated. Like you have to have materials that aren't easily accessible, or you have to be around at a certain time, but thankfully going forward it'll be easier to get all of them versus just, oh, you happen to be there around New Year's last time. The idea being is that they are something that you can equip to give your player character a sort of universal set of skills and buffs to utilize. Like, it can be interchangeable. Am I correct?
Yeah, Bang Boos are interchangeable. You can select Bang Boo. That's why I say it felt like a different character. Because basically the Bang Boo
Well,
is like a
like
fourth
you,
member
you
of the party.
change the Bang Boo to change up your team dynamic a bit.
A little bit. Generally, Bang Boos come with 3 abilities. And one of the abilities is activated when 2 or more members of the same faction are in it.
Okay,
Otherwise,
so it requires a bit more team building to activate.
Yes. All the Bang Boos up to this... Well, all the special Bang Boos that have been released since the initial come with 3 abilities, one of them
Limited to their faction.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's 2 people in the same faction, and that Bang Boo's on the team, then it'll have that 3rd ability.
Which generally means having to get at least one other person in the faction when rolling, because as of right now, they're adding like a 4-star character to the roster from that faction, and then 2 5 stars, or what is it?
That's next patch.
SSRs?
That's the next patch.
Okay.
Not the current banner.
Well, you don't always get a new 4-star character.
No. The one we're getting in the next patch is the second one introduces the launch of the game.
Really?
Whoa. I mean, like, I technically got, like, 2 within the first 2 patches.
Nope, we've only had 1 this whole time. I mean, there are other A's, but, like, let's make sure I'm being clear. New A's have only been introduced. This will be the second new A since.
Yeah. Generally, like, this is just Honkai Star Rail. There's generally been about, like, 2 4 stars, aka your A ranks, not S ranks, that get introduced. And it's generally, it's like, oh, hey, here's a character that's kind of good for where you're going, and then, like, maybe here's a character that's probably going to help you out. Admittedly, since 3 kind of just started, everybody's kind of wondering if or when we are going to get another 4-star. Because the last 4-star we got was, like, before this patch. That some people are like, he's kind of okay, but once 3.0 came out, he's like, yeah, but he doesn't feel like he fits here. Or at least fits here just yet. Because with the 2.0 stuff, we actually got 3 4 stars, which was and one of which was a healer, which everybody actively likes. Considering they actually does some really good stuff, like the fact that the way healing works on him is also helping with dealing damage, which I actually like. Also, are there heal characters in ZZ's?
Yeah, the one from last banner was the first heal banner.
The first heal character?
Yes.
Ooh.
I mean, since the game is a brawler, I would presume that it has a very different skill set for the characters than, say, a proper DPS tank or healer thing, like a RPG.
True. That is true.
System.
Yeah. I mean, like, maybe... Like, because, like, there's multiple ways that we deal with it, because we have characters that generate shields, which lessen the amount of damage that they take, generally.
Yeah, we have plenty of those.
Okay, so basically, it sounds more like you have shield characters out the wazoo, and just got your first healer.
Right.
Whereas we in HSR, we have a couple of shield characters, but we actually have more healer characters, generally. Some of which it's like, hey, this is a decent heal character. She's 5-star. She can revive the team once. But everybody prefers this 4-star healer because A, he can decrease enemy attack power. Heals are based off of the attack pulled off by the character attacking. Plus the factor that he regenerates health every time he regenerates energy to pull off his ability to heal characters
Funny
by
enough,
just attacking.
We have healers, but not rezzers. We have no one
Oh,
to res.
no, Rezzers is not healers. I do not... Rezzers is a special category.
We don't have any of them.
In gachas. Yeah, we only have one person who reses, and I have her. I don't like her heals, because she's a healer character. Considering that she was my first 5-star healer, and I hated her heals. You want to know why?
Why?
So, this is RPG mechanics. There are certain things that do what is known as a bounce. A.k.a. you target one person, and then subsequent hits, or in this case, her subsequent heals, will bounce between your characters. So, she has a high capacity to heal, but the problem is that the bounce will, you only select the first person it targets. After that, it can go any which way. And
it's the same person twice?
It can hit the same person 3 times. Now, there is some good functionality to it. I don't like it, though, which is if the character it hits has max HP, it actually increases max HP by a smaller percentage for the turn. But the problem is, I do not like RNG heals. But she will res a character once per battle. Unless you somehow get her to E4 or E5, and then it increases to 2. No, it's not. I do it since she's a 5-star and she's on the general banner. Good fucking luck. Versus some of the other healers, like one character does like they do a targeted heal, which is purely based off of her max HP, but it also will get rid of one debuff and put on a regen stack on that character.
How often do you have characters added to your standard banner?
This is never so far. As far as I know, maybe the 4-star characters have been added, but none of the 5-stars have been added. And that seems to be much more common with Hoyo games in general.
Yeah, I was going to say. Okay. Yeah. I have all but one of the standard characters at this point, and 2 of them I have 2 copies of. 3 copies of, technically.
So they're E like 4.
Wait, what?
It's how Hoyoverse grades how many times you've upgraded a character, because
Okay.
you get an initial copy, which is
That-
E0.
E0. Okay, so then I have 2 characters that are M2. I guess.
Okay. Because it goes up to E6, because we can... The more copies, the more it increases, and generally, if they're a 4-star, the game automatically assumes you've rolled enough times to get this character to E6.
I also have every A character, and I have them all at M6.
M6. Okay, that's about...
That sounds doable.
Yeah, that's generally what you're going to be dealing with, is your A ranks being maxed out for character copies, whereas the S ranks are like, unless you re-roll on a rerun banner, or whale on a release, they're probably just going to be E0.
Speaking of which, I'm probably totally going to whale on the defense. Speaking of that defense character, I probably will whale that character when they rerun her.
I mean, like...
Because she's cool and she's super helpful, so there's no reason not to.
Yeah, trust me, it's one of those, like, I wanted to rerun on a character that I was really hoping to get my hands on because, supposedly, like, people have been saying the parts that we've been going through really require somebody that has, like, you need a 5-star or S-rank healer, and I'm like, really? I'm not getting that. I'm actually getting through this fairly quickly with my standard 4-star healer. No problems. But then again, it's one of those, like, I kind of want, like, my only 5-star healer is the one character that I mentioned that uses the res, is the only res character in the game, which, trust me, most gachas, that is a unique character that's generally that person. And if there are multiple, there are other restrictions, like this person only does the res once, or like they can only, like the timer on it, it's like it's an active 5-minute timer between when they can res again. But it's just, ugh. Okay.
Yeah, so that brings me back to my debate of whether I want to play tonight. Part of me really wants to go ahead and do the roll and get that over with.
Yeah.
And I think I have plenty of content. Right now, the only content I have that's worth streaming is the battle tower. I'm at level like 76 out of 100.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess that's the debate I'm having right now. Do I want to continue that? What if I do too good and I run out of content for next time? I don't know. But I really want to roll.
Switch to a new gacha. I don't know. Don't do that.
No, don't do that to me. I already have a future gacha I'm gonna play, so we don't need that. I might end up playing. The other thing I was worried about is that I was too much tax work to do today, but I actually managed to catch up between streams. I can't. I don't know. It depends. If after this I see I have emails for taxes, that might be what decides whether I do it or not. If I have tax emails, I might just go, nope, never mind. So if you don't want me to stream, hire me to do your taxes. You were a waste of time. Yeah, the only goals I have in the game right now are the reruns. Though the next patch is probably going to be stacked with characters I care for. The rumored rerun, I'm definitely going to go for, like I was mentioning. The new characters I'm not going for. So I'm worried about that. It's all going to depend on the second one. The second one, well, the second rumor one is one of two choices. One of them I might roll for only because of mine having a character, and the other one is like my favorite character. So it's gonna be a bloodbath if it ends up being those two characters. May the game have mercy on my wallet.
So far, from what I've heard, the current newly added character, Aglia, in HSR, a lot of people are saying she's really, really bad to try and get her kit working. Which includes at least 2 copies of her, good luck, and her light count, good luck. So, I'm skipping her, and
Wait,
maybe
people are saying that she's only worth it with 2 copies?
She's only worth it by getting your initial copy and then 2 more.
Wow.
E2.
What's with that?
That happens a lot.
Really?
Yes.
So, now this is something, like, I'm not sure how it works in Zenless Zone Zero, but when you get multiple copies of a character, certain of their abilities or certain things will improve to a degree.
Right.
And so, basically, it's one of those, like, oh, hey, when you get, like, I think E1 just boosts some of the stats that you can get, whereas E2 actually modifies her abilities. It improves them a bit. Which is why some people are like, you need to get them to E2 to get them really good.
Okay. Now, that might be something they've quote-unquote fixed in this version, then. Because only level 3 and 5 are stat boosts. The rest are changes to abilities.
That may just be Zenless Zone Zero, not like a improved. It's much more of like, oh hey, since you can actually upgrade abilities directly, some of the things when it upgrades, it's like now you have an increased level cap for abilities, kind of
right.
thing.
Yeah. Same thing for us. It'll sometimes increase like the cap to like a dot, or say dot, but more like your character every time she hits gets an instance of belly flop, and the upgrade gives you can have a max of 5 belly flops. With the upgrade, now you can have 10 belly flops.
Yeah.
Kind of shit.
Whereas, like, for us, we have, like, oh, hey, you can now increase their ability, and it's like, hey, this ability now does, like, instead of, it's like, level 1 unupgraded, it's like, they have, like, a 20% chance of applying a dot that lasts 3 turns, but, like, if you, but you can only upgrade it 5 times. Whereas, like, if you get them to E2, it's like, oh, hey, the level cap is from level 5 to level 7 now. Haha.
Yep. That's about right. Sounds familiar.
So, but it still requires that you spend effort to upgrade the abilities. So it's like, okay. And generally for most 5 stars or S ranks equivalent, generally they're nothing too major. Like, they don't change up an ability like how 4 stars work, where it's like, this character, it's like, hey, this character unlocks the ability to remove debuffs at like E4, whereas like, oh hey, that's just kind of generally standard for the basic level, but it's like it only works like 50% of the time, kind of thing. Whereas like if you upgrade them to E4, it's like no, it's 100% of the time. Haha.
Some of the copies grant like new powers. In this case.
Yeah.
Now this person can use her special 5 times in a row.
Or it's like,
or their super slash ability has 10 more slashes to it.
yeah. Whereas like since we don't have, probably I would probably put it as like limitations like yours probably does, where it's like an ammo counter. Ours are like purely based off of like, oh hey, this character, like instead of taking like 40%, like 40% damage, it's like now they do of like this stat. It's like now they do 75% of this stat, as well as have a higher chance of doing like this status effect or applying this thing.
To give a concrete example, the character that I plan to whale next patch, her first copy grants her the ability to. She's a defense character, and she gives shields to other people, like a special shield, not even like an additional shield on top of the normal shield.
Okay.
For her, for the first copy, the shield it automatically applies once she enters battle for the first time. You don't even have to use the ability to get the shield; you just automatically get the shield.
Nice.
And if you're wearing the shield, the enemies around you lose 50% of their defensive ability.
Ooh.
The second copy, users normally whoever has the shield on gets a buff to their attack power in proportion to one of the stats of the characters, up to a maximum amount. The second copy increases that maximum by 50%. So further increasing the attack ability of the character. So stuff like that. There's something else, but I can't remember what that other thing was.
I'll have to show you like my stat screen from Honkai Star Rail. But no, it's one of those things of like, generally most people in HSR are going to be, as of right now, like willing to go for certain new characters because like the Herta, or as everybody's calling, more affectionately calling her Big Herta, she is a really good character because the way she works is that she's erudition, she's ice. Okay, we have kind of a good coverage on erudition and ice, but her ultimate works based off of everybody's damage. It charges off of everybody's damage per hit, meaning that she can get her ultimate damn fast. If you have, so she basically, it's better to actually put her with more erudition characters. And so, like, the more hits that happen, the more energy she regenerates, and the more you can fire off the ultimate. But the downside is that, like, as of right now, she's got the second highest amount of energy requirements for her, being at like I think 380 energy in order to fire it off.
We should be getting a decent boost to power here in a second.
Okay.
More coming soon.
Mhm.
Well, do we have any hard drives in... Oh, no.
No, right? I need to make it a point to go hunt.
I am seeing a steady boost in power.
Oh wow.
But
Yeah, that is a big boost.
And that's one of 5 generators I need to build. Pick more.
okay,
Nuclear power?
Nope.
turbo fuel.
This is rock. Nope, not even that. This is rocket fuel.
Oh,
Okay.
well, it's like I said turbo fuel because like it's got to be a fuel type. I just can't remember if it was turbo or if it was rocket fuel.
Well, he could have already made a turbo fuel.
Yeah.
Or what?
Those are pretty effective too.
Oh. Okay, that's a bit weird. I don't like that.
Foreshadowing.
So the quantum encoder, while it says it has like a range that it goes through, like, you know how like the accelerator kind of goes up and then down, the way that it operates is entirely different. It will roughly about every tick I'd say maybe about 1 to 2 seconds. It will go from, it will select this point and then stay on that energy level until it goes on to the next tick. Meaning that it's not like going up and down, it's jumping back and forth between energy ratings.
In other words, it can roll high and stay there for some time, or roll low and make you think that, oh wow, I have energy to spare.
Yeah. So the particle accelerators are actually easier to work around.
More
It's like
stable, surprisingly.
more stable. Because like you can always guarantee that they will hit their peak and then go back down. Whereas these things could be like, oh yeah, now I'm gonna stay like on the higher end of things for a bit. Nope, I'm gonna go low for just a second. Now it's back high.
Just overcompensate.
So it's one of those like, and unless you underclock them, their high megawatt usage is 200 megawatts.
Okay, this one.
Okay. So I also double-checked a few other things. The excited photonic matter from the converters, they do not surge. it is basically it will just stay on 250 megawatts. So power on this level is going to be fun. Balancing, from my understanding, is actually going to be kind of easier to a degree, because a lot of things feed into each other from one source to another.
Guess we'll see.
Because in order to make the dark crystals, you need dark matter residue, which can either be done by feeding a converter with reanimated SAM, or take it leftovers from some of the other productions, like the neural quantum processor, or superposition oscillator, or AI expansion server, or fixonium fuel, or even synthetic power shards. Because the dark matter crystal is basically diamond and dark matter residue to make dark matter crystal. Feed dark matter crystal in, and out you get a synthetic power shard. Okay. That's... Okay, so Nor made the biochemical sculptor, which is... It's 4, or 2 per minute. Only needs 1 assembly director system, so in order to make 1,000, we need about 5. No, 250 of them. Yes. Okay. I'm not gonna do nuclear pasta. But I am going to try and... Problems or...
How did you turn off that stupid infinite going up bug?
Press and hold crouch and then double tap jump. Yay or nay?
Yeah, I not affected at this moment, but I've been getting annoyed by it.
So it has been popping up for you. Just
Yeah.
you've been doing the standby of remove jetpack.
Well, no, it's just to mess around until it stops doing it.
Uh,
Try and thread this needle. Spoiled again.
Eh.
Oh, hey, forgot to
Yes?
bring up, you know, we were talking about Rainbow Siege 6, or the Rainbow Six
Ra-
game,
uh,
right?
Yeah.
I just read today that I guess they're coming out with the next version of it.
Well, it has been over almost 10 years now.
Yeah, that's what the advertisement
Yeah.
said too. Yes, it's been 10 years, and now we're coming with Rainbow Six Siege X.
Because
Oh,
2
they're
would
not gonna
sound
like
silly.
that.
Or
The,
changing the special ops team from Rainbow Six to something else.
the sad thing is that people are complaining that it's shaping up to be just an Overwatch 2.
Ew.
I mean, the
Ooh.
biggest problem with live services is that is the question of when was the game the best? When was it most balanced? When one was most interesting or fun to play various characters? When was it like, the most exciting or something like that? Because obviously different iterations at different times have ultimately sometimes different design etiquettes or concepts going in, especially if the director changes. Like you did hear about the fact that Overwatch is bringing back loot boxes.
Huh. What a move.
Actually, it is. Because I don't know if you bothered to read about how bad Overwatch monetization happened when they got rid of loot boxes.
No, I haven't heard details of that.
Because the battle pass and like the purchases of like the cost of the skins in comparison of like getting the occasional like free thing from a loot box was better overall and better value, technically. Where are you going? Stop connecting to weird places.
It's the internet. I don't know what you're talking about.
But the idea being is that okay, how much does the battle pass cost?
No clue.
Let's just say it costs so much money.
$20.
Well, I don't know exactly what it is, but the point that I'm trying to make is that on average, people got more out of the loot boxes than out of the battle pass in terms of like outright cost. Especially since oftentimes, most of the times, people didn't have to purchase loot boxes. They just simply got them naturally by playing.
Yes, you could buy loot boxes, but
Well,
for
the point which I'm
whales.
trying to make here is that technically, for your free-to-play players, the loot boxes came out better value.
I think the only thing I meant by the Overwatch comparison is that like there's been community requests for like, hey, you're gonna do that PvE mode? Are you gonna do the story mode? Are you gonna have a single player aspect? And they're like, no to all those. We're just going to spruce up the textures and call it a day.
Well, yeah, the disservice that is Overwatch 2, essentially. Because it was supposed to be something different than just Overwatch. Where are you?
Where's the rainbow?
Do-do-do. Problems again?
No, just recycling mines.
Too forced in here. Be gone, forced.
Be gone, nature! You don't belong in this world.
I'll show you climate change.
Strangely, this is the factory game that doesn't have climate change.
Given how planet wide our factory is, that would be an interesting touch.
First of all, it's not really planet-wide. We're just on a island, essentially.
Oh,
Even if we abstract this out to the meters being much bigger than they are, it's still not that very big.
not that it was to scale. That's what I imagined it. But it makes sense that I just figured it was.
Okay, can I do things again? Or are they just going to be eaten?
Yum, yum, yum.
All the things. All the small things. Cut this off. Empty canister. Oh. Go check this car.
Oh. That's why.
Data about?